Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio.
A very good morning from a very sunny Oban for episode 6 of our look at the Round the World Yacht Race with the Clipper Yachts. Now, do you want to become an ocean racer? That seems to be the theme through the week, to find out if it's the kind of thing that appeals to you or not. And we found out plenty of things. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of our footage finding that out. Later on today we're going to be having a chat with Wendy and Julie from Team Warrant about what they do on the yachts, and you can learn a bit more about these jobs. We've been hearing a lot of different words this week, so these are some of the roles within the team. So you have like a team coordinator, the communication between the team, the skipper and the race manager, so obviously quite an important one for that. Good planning and organisational skills. Is that you? That is the question. A bosun, we learned this one the other day. This helps the skipper coordinate maintenance and servicing and assists with the care of standing and running rigging, winches, halyards, sheets, guys, blocks, whipping, splicing and ropes. Loads of words there. You'll figure them all out if you want to sign yourself up. Fundraising coordinator. We've learned quite a lot about the fact this is a fundraising event as well. Charity partner UNICEF UK, obviously one of the yachts named after that charity as well. Galley duty, a very important one. Everybody likes a bit of food, and no doubt an important one to keep everybody fed and hydrated as well. So if you like a bit of cooking, you fancy a challenge cooking on a yacht, could be for you. Media crew, people like, well, me and Robbie behind the camera really, we would like to see things out in the ocean, see what it's all about. You could be doing media on the yacht. Medical assistant, obviously when you're out at sea, as we've discovered, you're all alone, so you need some medical skills. Sail repair seems to be a big one as well. Obviously things break, things need to be repaired. I guess it's the same as a bosun really in a sense of you need to be a bit handy with your hands and lead the team to coordinate repairing of sails. Engineer, helping keep the mechanical, electrical and plumbing systems on board working. Goes without saying, very important. Now the stopover manager helps the skipper organising the yacht and the crew stopping over in various ports like here in Oban as well, and making everything work as it should be. A social treasurer helps manage the crew fund, organise activities, events with family and friends at stopover ports. A critical role to make sure everyone on board, both leggers and round the worlders, feel part of the team, so tying everyone together. And we've learnt this word as well, a victualler. And this is the person who makes sure that the yacht is stocked with all of the sweets and the other food and the not so good food, but basically making sure everyone has enough food on board. So we're going to find out a little bit more about all this stuff when we have a chat with Wendy and Julie. Now, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm very well, thank you.
I'm happy to be sat down. I've been walking around for like days and it's not often I get to sit down and do an interview, so it's all good. Now you've been in Oban for a week and you're on Team Warrant, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And how much of the trip have you done on the yacht?
I've actually circumnavigated the globe, so set off from Portsmouth, finished the circumnavigation somewhere in the sea, that away, but now I'm just finishing from port to port, so one stage to go.
5 more days left?
6 nights, so
6 nights.
7 days, yeah.
Okay, and is there any part of it you've gone, that was my favourite so far?
I'm going to have to say leg 5 because it's the one that Warrant run, but it was also the most varied, and it was also the time where everything just clicked into place for me because I've never sailed before, so it was the time where everything just went ding, 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 and it was like, I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, hang on. This doesn't compute in my brain. I've spoken to a number of folk that haven't done sailing before, but to go from not sailing to round the world, where was the connect in the brain that went, yeah, that's what we're going to do?
Well, originally I signed up for a couple of legs. Went down to do the training, met a wonderful lady that she's on Team Washington, and we just started talking. She was circumnavigating and she just went, well, look into it a bit more. So looked into it a bit more and thought, yeah, that sounds good. So decided, yeah, I'll go for the whole thing.
As you do, I suppose.
As you do. Yeah, as you do.
So obviously that started last September, August, I believe?
The race started last September. The decision started probably the September before.
Okay.
And then needed to talk to work and get a year's sabbatical. And a lot of it was tied around my son going to university and me wobbling around the house by myself. I didn't want to do it, so I thought, let's do something Slightly different.
Something to do.
Something to do.
Get you out of the house and that.
Yeah, it definitely got me out the house. Got me around the world.
So, in terms of work, what was it you did beforehand?
I'm actually a maths teacher, so I'll be going back to that as soon as I finish. So start work again in September.
Oh, deep dry, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And how did that go? Because obviously I've spoken to a number of different crew and they've sort of said they've taken time out of work to do it. How do you even approach the subject? Is it just like, dear such and such, I'm off for a year, or how'd it go?
I said, is it possible to have a year sabbatical? They said, well, put a letter in and we'll see. So I put a letter in and they went, yeah, go for it. I think I would have probably left otherwise and just still done it anyhow.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, I guess it is a once-in-a-lifetime thing to do for a lot of people.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely only doing it once in my lifetime.
So, with that, I'm guessing you found it stressful, hard, fun, enjoyable as well?
Absolutely. You go through every single emotion you can possibly think of. It's been some of the best times of my life. It's been some of the worst times of my life. But once you're on the boat, you just can't get off it, and you've just got to handle whatever Mother Nature throws at you.
I'm sure. And with thought of Mother Nature throwing things at you, I mean, how bad was some of the weather?
Some of the weather was horrendous. We've sailed through 70 knots of wind, squalls that just hit you and just throw the boat 90 degrees the other direction, nearly heeling over, so broaching, so the mast is nearly touching the water. But there's been some spectacular. We've had spectacular lightning shows out at sea that you're just going, wow, this is amazing.
Do you not think the lightning might strike the yacht? It's sticking up in the middle of nowhere.
You just have to count to see how close it is.
The good old ways are always the best.
The good old ways are always the best.
And obviously heading towards Oban from Washington to here, how was it sort of coming back to the UK?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. For some strange reason, the Atlantic has served us really well, and everyone sailed really, really fast. I mean, we got here, technically we could have got here before the start of the arrival window, but they extended the race just so we didn't. But yeah, the Atlantic has really served well. The wind's beautiful, just absolutely cracking sailing to get from Washington to here.
It's exactly what you want, I suppose, just to finish things off. Heading back into Portsmouth, I actually had a thought about this yesterday because someone asked me, where do you go? And I thought, well, surely you go down. But do you go down or do you go up around the top of Scotland?
No, we are going down. We're going round the side of Ireland. So we're going out wide and then down and then round the Isle of Wight.
Okay, nice little finish.
Nice little finish. If the wind joins us, I mean, it's coming into Oban, it left us. So took us nearly a full day to do like 30 miles.
Admittedly, when you were all coming in on arrival day, we were all stood here, and as you mentioned, you're potentially 2 days early. The amount of chaos here that caused, we need to be organised. So I think the extra couple of days did kind of help us out a little bit. But you cross the finish gate, and then it's quite a wait to come in, and with no wind, we're all just stood here waiting to see a yacht come around the corner. It must have been quite, not stressful, but frustrating to be that close yet so far.
Well, it was frustrating, especially since Team Scotland were about 70 miles behind us, and in the end I think they finished about 3 miles behind us, so it was like, come on, win, please, 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 they don't want to be passed. But yeah, so at that you start like, because you're still racing and you can see your competitors closing in, it's like, how are they moving and we're not? So
that's a fair comment. And as a racing yacht, how fast have you been? Do you know how fast they've been going for you?
The fastest speed on our yacht has been 29.5, but that's more when you've got huge waves and you're literally, the nose of the boat points down and you just surf down. My fastest speed's been 26.2. Quite exhilarating feeling the boat move at that speed, but on average they'll do about 14, 15.
Okay, so I say when it's your fastest speed, I take it you were at helm at that point.
Oh yes, yeah, on the helm at that point, yeah.
Was that kind of your favourite point, or do you like some of the other tasks involved?
I actually prefer being in the cockpit and on the bow, sort of like manhandling everything around and the sails and getting stuff out of the sail locker and getting them up. I kind of prefer that to helming, but I do, yeah. When it's a bit feisty, I like helming.
That's cool. I say we were lucky enough to get out on a yacht a couple of days ago, and I had to go at putting some of the sails up and sweating the front sails. And you see it on TV and you see it in books and on the internet and things, and you think, that looks quite good fun. I was amazed at how heavy they are.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we've got sails that are going to get us around the world that need to survive. And even some of them have got big puncture holes in them. But yeah, it does take a bit of effort to get them up. That's how aerobic workout, getting those sails up.
Oh yeah, I was done after that. It's like on our video, it's like my arms hurt now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So with all the different jobs being done on the yacht, above board, above deck, and even below deck, is there anything within that maybe you think will give that a miss going forwards?
No. You just kind of muck in. I think I had a go at everything. For the start of the race, for the first 5 legs, I was the team victualler. So I had to provision for everybody on board and sort out all dietary requirements, get all food, buy all the food to a budget. So, yeah, maybe I won't do as much shopping anymore.
I've picked up snacks are a big part of the trip as well.
Oh yes, especially at night when it gets cold. People like their sugary or savoury snacks, and they just like nibbling.
Was there a favourite on your boat?
They tended to like jellies, sort of like, but soured ones.
Okay, yeah.
So like the sour stuff, they seem to go really well with that.
Can't go wrong with that. It keeps you going. There you go, powered by sugar. I'm onto something.
Sugar, yeah.
So obviously we're here in Oban. You've been here for a week. What have you been up to? Have you found things around the town that you've maybe not seen before?
Well, I mean, I've been to Scotland quite a few times before, but never to Oban, and I'm absolutely amazed by it, and I'll definitely be coming back again. I've been up to Dunalley Castle, up to the other one, Dunstaffnage, but walked there, so did the coastal path there in my Crocs, so that was quite a good challenge, going over the peat bogs in Crocs. Went to the Kilmartin Museum. That was absolutely amazing. Did some flint napping. Never done flint napping before, but I think my boat's going to be scared now because I've made an arrow ahead and a few scraping tools. But just the whole place is just absolutely wonderful.
I'm always welcome back, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely coming back in my little camper van. Me and my camper van will be back and explore more of the islands and stuff.
Well, it's always like this, so
I know Scotland's always like this. I mean, I've walked the West Highland Way. I've done to the big walks to the old forge and stuff like that, and I know it's not like this, and we've been extremely lucky with this weather. Absolutely.
Totally. And obviously you mentioned there you hadn't had sailing experience previous to this. Is this something you're going to maybe carry on with in the future?
Yeah, I'll go back, I'll get my day skipper under my belt to start off with, and then I'm probably just going to do Yachtmaster Coastal. I'm not doing the ocean one.
Box ticked, job done.
Yeah, done it, crossed it, but I think I'm more 2-3 days out, land, explore, 2-3 days out, land, explore, rather than 30 odd days.
That's fair enough. You've done it. You can say you've done it. How did the family take it when you said this is what you're doing? How have they taken it all?
Oh, they just went go for it. They're really, really supportive. They think I'm mad anyhow and do crazy things, so it's sort of like in keeping.
One life, live it. That seems to be the common theme here.
It is, definitely. One life. Life's good. Live it to the most that you can do. You only get one shot at it, so go for it.
Yeah, quite right. And if anyone's watching this thinking, is it for me? What would you say to them?
If you like adventure and you like doing things that are a bit different, it's definitely for you.
There you go. Get yourself signed up, and you can find out more on the Clipper website. Just go Google it, I suppose. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I'd enjoy Oban for the last couple of days before you head to Portsmouth, and good luck for the last part.
I know, I'm going wild dining tonight, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, enjoy.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks. We're on a breezy pontoon, and I'm joined with Julie from Team Warrant. Good morning.
Morning.
I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but it's quite windy. The flags up here are flying quite nice, but this is good for you, is it?
It's good for sailing, and hopefully it will build from now until Sunday when we depart.
I can understand that one, because obviously you need a bit of wind so these things move.
Yeah, if possible. I mean, the wind hole we got stuck in before we got here, we don't really want to see that again.
Is it frustrating when there's no wind?
It is frustrating when you can almost see the finish line, but you know, it's part of sailing, isn't it? You get high winds, you get some okay weather, and then you get a wind hole. So, you know, you expect it. But it was incredibly frustrating when there was a boat catching us up and we'd been sitting there for over 24 hours, yeah.
I can imagine so. But do you get a little bit of respite during that? Or is it literally almost like trying to blow into the sail yourself?
It's kind of trying to blow into the sail. It's trying to decide what else we can do. What can we do to help? What can we do to sort of maybe look for wind? We're all looking for ripples on the water. I think coming in though, we were frustrated because we were so close. That's the frustrating thing. I mean, there are several legs of the race where you know you're going to be in a wind hole, you're going to be in the doldrums. But here, I'm not sure we expected it. Although the last race that came in here had exactly the same problem, so we probably should have expected it really.
Part of the sport, I guess.
It is part of the sport, yeah. And you know, it's a race, so we can't exactly just stick the engine on.
No, that's against the rules, I believe.
It is, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, you're just sitting there and, you know, just being patient, really, yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And obviously with the Clipper race, I believe you've done from leg 8 from Washington, is that right?
Yeah, so I got on in Washington. For this race, I got on in Washington, DC. We then came to Oban, and then on Sunday we leave for Portsmouth and the going home. So I think for the Round the Worlders, it's going to be a big thing going in. It'll be fun going in. There'll be a huge party, a lot going on. So yeah, it'll be great. And then 4 years ago, I also was part of Clipper. I raced leg 7 from Seattle to New York, which was fantastic. So yeah, I came back for more.
Okay, so from leg 7 you did previous and leg 8 this time round, did you have a preference?
I always wanted to cross an ocean, so this has ticked that box. But the previous leg I did, I really wanted to go through the Panama Canal, and I was certainly not going to go through it on a cruise ship. So that was really lovely. That was one of my highlights. But also sailing into New York City was pretty important for me too. My husband's family emigrated from Prussia, and they were sort of processed through New York, so actually sailing into New York down the Hudson past the Statue of Liberty was really, really special for me. Yeah.
To be honest, even just hearing you say that, it sounds pretty cool.
It was superb. Yeah, it was a real it was an honour and a pleasure, and it was phenomenal. Yeah.
So, I mean, we're aware from speaking to other sort of crew members that there's various bits of training involved, like a 4-week training course.
Yeah.
Have you had to do that twice?
No, I had to redo level 3 and 4, so I had to redo the last 2 weeks of the training to join this. Yeah.
And was it like riding a bike? It's like, oh, I remember this, or not so much?
I did round the island with Clipper last year, so I had been on a Clipper 68 last year. But the 70s are slightly different. So no, it was important that I did it because I was a bit rusty, yeah. And also I met quite a few of the crew that are now on this leg, which was great. So there was probably sort of 10, 12 people that I already knew, because I did only rejoin this race in April, so this year. So I was quite a late signer up.
Okay, so obviously you mentioned you wanted to cross an ocean, which was obviously your goal, so well done for that.
Yeah.
Specifically, was it the Atlantic you wanted to do, or did you think about the Pacific?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Clipper crossed the Southern Ocean and they crossed the North Pacific, and I think I would need to be paid to do either of those 2 legs. They're pretty cold, they're pretty hairy at times, so I think the Atlantic was kind of the safe and the easier option.
See, I've seen pictures and videos of out in the middle of the ocean, and you say it's pretty hairy at times. It kind of looks quite frightening to me.
Well, to be quite honest, the Atlantic was really kind to us. I was expecting a lot heavier weather. We had a couple of days of high winds and high seas and rain, but to be quite honest, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, I think we got off quite lightly, to be honest.
Oh, I can't say no to that, then, can you?
No. I mean, we were also in this big fog hole for about 5 days, which was really interesting. It was quite sort of spooky and eerie, and you know, I've never sailed in fog before, so that was interesting. But we had great weather coming out of DC. You know, it was really warm, so you know, I didn't put several layers of my clothes on, which I'd expected to wear. I mean, it was actually colder training in the UK in April.
Okay, no, that's quite insightful. And in terms of sailing experience beforehand, obviously you mentioned that you had a shot on the Clipper before. Had you been sailing before that?
I'd never sailed in my life, never stepped on a boat. In fact, I was scared of deep water and petrified of boats. Yeah.
good combination of things to go on around the world yacht trip.
So, and today you still wouldn't get me in a dinghy or a laser, whatever they're called. Trouble is, Clipper's now ruined me for sailing because I have sailed on a smaller boat, a 36 foot, and I really don't like them. They're like bathtubs. So the problem is that, sailing on a big boat like this with a big crew is expensive. So that's the problem I have now.
Well, no, if you want to buy one yourself, it's also very, very expensive as well, I guess.
I've no intention of buying a boat or being in charge of a boat or anything like that. I just like being crew. Yeah.
Quite right. It's much more fun that way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And for anyone maybe looking at us thinking, should I have a go? What would you say to them?
Absolutely. I think the one thing that Clipper's doing now is we have these 3-day taster weekends that you can go on. I think they're about £590, Friday to Sunday. And I think that's a really good choice and a really good way of having a go, going out on a large boat, seeing what it's all about, and then deciding if you want to sign up and do the training. So I would really recommend, if you're unsure, sign up for a 3-day and have a go.
That makes sense. I mean, we did a sailing day over at the Oban Yacht Club earlier on this week, and there's a lot of people having a go on the dinghies and on kayaks and having a go on the water to see if it's for them. So I guess there's always that grassroots idea to get involved with a local sailing club if that's the case as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, a lot of people on the race have come up through sailing clubs and racing small boats. So yeah, that's another option as well. I have friends that sail on small boats and they've looked at these and they're like, oh my God, that's a lot of boat. But I think as I trained on this boat from day one, going the other way is hard for me. But I'd say have a go, yeah.
Quite right. And in terms of the jobs and things that need to be done on the yacht, is there anything that stood out as like, that's for me?
Not particularly, and I think that's the really good thing about Clipper is all of the crew get to do all of the jobs, and we all rotate and we all muck in, and I think that's really important, to be honest. So we all help with the food, we all crew on the deck, we all helm, we'll repair sails, we'll be on galley duty. So I think the fact that you rotate and you just do everything is really good.
That's cool. And in terms of your trip across from Washington to Oban, was there anything specific that stood out? You mentioned something about the fog.
Yeah, the fog was amazing. I mean, I've never sailed in fog before, and you are out there on your own. And we went for sort of 2 weeks without seeing another boat, but I think the fog was a real experience. Nothing else. I mean, the deck was in the water for a few days. I mean, these boats do heel over quite a bit, but there wasn't a lot of that.
Hang on, the deck was in the water.
So this edge.
Yeah.
This edge was in the water.
That's just frightening. That's quite a lean on that. I mean,
it's a big heel on the boat. Yeah, it's a big heel, but that's what they're like, and it's fine. You're safe. You follow all the safety precautions. You're clipped on. Everybody knows what they're doing and they expect it. But yeah, I mean, when you're catching seaweed in this netting because it's in the water, it's amazing. It's a really amazing experience.
I thought that net was to keep you on, not keep other things out.
It is to keep us on, but yeah, I mean, it heels over. It heels over quite a bit. Yeah.
I think I'll leave that one to YouTube for now.
I mean, it's better to be on deck when it's heeled over. Life below deck is pretty tough when the boat's heeled over, as you can imagine.
Yeah, so we did get a bit of a tour around a couple of days ago, and I must admit it did seem very cramped. And one of the crew that was taking us around said, when it's on its side and it's tricky to get in a bed, out of bed, just to do anything.
It's a bit like Spider-Man. You have to be like Spider-Man. I mean, I'm in the lower bunk, but when it's heeled over, we have a pulley system on our bunk, because they'll be at an angle and you'd fall out. So you pull them up so they're level for the boat being heeled. But they're actually kind of like this. And even the lower bunk, you kind of have to have a foot on the wall and a foot on a ledge to climb into the lower bunk. So yeah, you need quite a few skills, I would say, to be on Clipper.
It sounds it, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And then also, it's little things. I mean, being quite short, just putting your fowlies back in the wet locker when the boat's heeled over, I can't reach the pegs. So it's little things that throw up challenges when you're heeled over.
Totally. I mean, the amount of knowledge we've gained this week through speaking to people like yourself and all the different crews, and all these little nuances that they've come out and go, I never thought of that. Oh, I never thought of that. And it's like, actually, it looks challenging when you look at it on paper, but actually, when you start hearing the experiences, it seems 100 times harder. Would you say that maybe about true?
I would say it's 100 times harder. It's challenging, but it's character building. Yeah. So.
And unforgettable, I'm sure.
It is unforgettable, but it can't be that bad because people wouldn't come back.
Well, you've had 2 goes now,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's great. Yeah.
And will you be looking for maybe a 3rd leg in the future?
I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do next year is I'm probably going to join the other part of Clipper with Sker and probably go up to Iceland and Greenland with them. I think I'd like to go and see the icebergs.
That sounds like a very good thing to do.
So it's not a race. We're allowed to put the engine on. I wouldn't say it's a holiday, but it's something in between.
It sounds like a cool experience either way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think that's for me. Yeah.
No, that sounds very cool indeed. And obviously you've been in Oban now for the best part of a week. How have you found it? What have you been up to?
It's been amazing. I've been up to the castle. I've been up to sort of the Colosseum type building.
Oh, McCake's Tower.
Yeah, the tower. I visited some islands. I've been to Kerrera, Mull, Iona and Staffa. Saw some puffins. Saw the cave on Staffa as well, which is phenomenal.
Fingal's Cave, I believe.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And yeah, it's been great. Lots of walking. Great food. I mean, the fish and the seafood is just off the scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's been fantastic. I hadn't been to Oban before, but would definitely like to be back and see some more islands.
Do you know, the one thing I've noticed, every single crew we've spoken to, is that you get to land, what have you been up to? Got back on a boat, gone back out.
I know.
See, you can't avoid it.
I know. But, you know, you've got to go and visit some of the islands, haven't you, while you're
Totally.
up here? Or isles, I should say, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Isles, up while you're up here. But definitely, and I think as crew, I think we're all now ready to get back on board on Sunday and head back to Portsmouth.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much for your time. If anyone's watching and they want to get involved, what would you say? Just do it maybe?
Yeah, go to the website, have a look, come down here, talk to any crew you see in crew kit, or just call Clipper and just find out some more. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks very much.
It's not just always about the yachts. Obviously, the yachts, the Round World Clipper yachts are in Oban, which is all good fun. It has been a focus for the week. But walking around the marina, you do see some interesting things. This looks like a really large rib. I'll be honest, I don't really know much about it, but it does look cool. And we just thought we'd show you it, really. All I can see is it's got 2 Suzuki engines on the back, 350 horsepower each, so that's 700 horsepower. Now, if you go and Google your car, I bet you it's nowhere near that, unless you've got a really nice performance car, but this looks lovely. Calmac are another one of these sponsors for the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race here in Oban, and also known as the gateway to the Isles, where you can view places such as Mull, Skye, Coll, Tiree, and indeed many more islands. As part of Visit Scotland, which are part of the tourism sector body, we caught up with David, who is the regional director, earlier on today. Wandering around, and we've found this gentleman here. By the name of David, you work for Visit Scotland, I believe.
I do, yes, I'm the regional director for Argyll and the Isles, but I've also got a national responsibility as the lead on marine and coastal tourism, so it's quite appropriate that I'm here in Oban for this event.
Just a little job then.
Well, it keeps me busy, certainly. And, you know, marine and coastal tourism in Argyll in particular is big business, you know. The leisure marine sector is growing all the time across Scotland, but the west of Scotland is particularly synonymous with leisure boating. And it's not just about rich people in big boats.
Nope.
You know, you see the number of folk out on paddle boards and the number of kayaks on roof racks travelling up and down the country. People just love being on or near the water.
Yep.
And Oban is one of these towns that really specialises in that kind of experience.
Indeed, so obviously tourism being a thing, you're talking about the coastal part of the west coast of Scotland, obviously quite big in the water. this week's been all about being on the water with Clipper as well. You're talking about the accessibility. I mean, down here we've got two people on some, is it canoes or kayaks? I don't know which one they are.
Those are kayaks.
Kayaks, see, I'm learning every day. But it is more and more accessible, and I guess it's more of a destination thing as well. People can come to Scotland and they can enjoy some fresh, open air, lovely scenery and a bit of time on the water.
Yeah, it's a complete package. It's not just about what happens on the water. I mean, the boats here, this racing fleet has arrived, and some of them are going out and doing sails, and we've visited them as they've been tied up. But they're pretty much static for the week. It's really about the impact that this type of event has on the rest of the town and the wider area. You know, I was speaking to a crew member of one of these yachts just moments ago, and she has 10 members of her friends and family staying in Oban this week just to support her. And she's one example out of 450 crew members. So you can imagine that the accommodation sector has done really well out of this. The retail sector has done really well out of this. Food and drink sales are, I would expect, through the roof, based on the experience and the kind of the impact that this event had in 2024. Bearing in mind that Oban had never hosted this before. So they've returned. We obviously did something right then, and we're hoping that, you know, the real test of this event is success is, will they want to come back in 2028? We genuinely hope so.
Indeed, obviously it does have a knock-on effect for tourism. It might also put things on the map to make it even busier, maybe when the yachts aren't here as well.
Yes, it does. Oban is a busy town anyway. It's a holiday town, and it's got huge advantages. Railway station, ferry port, road network, airport. You know, there's not many towns in Scotland that boast that level of connectivity. But the value of the international media exposure through the Clipper it's measured in tens of millions of pounds. There's not a single group or partnership locally or regionally that could hope to raise that kind of money to promote Oban, Argyll and Scotland. This is the kind of international event that puts a really firm focus on a wee country that's got the capacity, it's got the capability, and when the weather's like this, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, so you talk about the weather. Obviously, you're dressed for it. I've still got a jacket on from this morning. I've had no time. But it is starting to warm up a bit, although still a bit breezy. So you've been out to the yachts today?
I was out today. My colleague from the destination organisation and I were co-hosting a static tour. So there were some VIP guests who got aboard one of these Clipper 70 yachts. They got an explanation on the workings of it from the skipper and the first mate. And they got to see below decks, and they just got about an hour to explore the boat. They didn't go out on the boat for a sail, but they now understand what life would be like at sea for 2 or 3 weeks on one of these things. And it's not a luxury. No. It's not a luxury cruise, but they're sturdy vessels. They're built for the job, and I think getting the public who maybe not been aboard a racing yacht before an opportunity just to see what that would feel like it's really quite special.
It certainly is. It was very eye-opening when we got to have a look as well. So I guess heading back to the office, back to the 9 to 5, if you like, I guess you'd be looking for any kind of metrics from this kind of event to look forward to?
Eventually. I mean, there's going to be an immediate economic uplift just in Oban and a little bit into the hinterland, because we know from the experience in 2024 that crew members and friends and family, they went down to Campbelltown, they went across to Mull, they were in Lismore, they were even at Loch Lomond, some of them, in Inverary, so they've spread themselves around a bit on the days that they haven't had something to do. The immediate cash drop, if you like, in the town of Oban in 2024 was in excess of £2 million. This year, we're anticipating something in excess of £3 million. But that's just what happens in the week. The kind of the long-term implications of that are even more important, because Oban is now very, very firmly on the map, not just for waterborne traffic, but people have seen and witnessed a brilliant kind of festival atmosphere here. The best of local produce on display, on sale. And, another guy I was speaking to off one of these yachts said that he hadn't gone into a single shop or a bar or a restaurant and not been treated with a welcome and absolute courtesy. What does that tell you about the people of Oban? Congratulations to them all.
Indeed, it's very much a nice Scotch welcome onto the West Coast, and indeed the wider part as well.
Yeah, it's, Oban, it's not just about Oban, you're right.
No.
There's a significant impact for Scottish tourism, I think. And the more that we can do to encourage large-scale international events in places like this, doesn't always have to happen in Glasgow or Edinburgh. I understand why some do. You know, there's big population centres. But if we can spread some of that around, you know, rural Scotland or even the island network, the impact is long-term, it's significant, and there aren't any losers out of it.
Indeed, and I guess if you're not maybe into maritime yachts, boats, that kind of thing, there's other things to see. You've got mountains, you've got museums, you've got
to do.
a million and one
You
things.
know, people that take part in offshore racing, ocean crossings, are outdoor people.
Yep.
Right? So even if they got fed up, you know, with the wet stuff, there's a million opportunities. As you say, you can go hill walking, you can go mountaineering, you can go and visit fantastic prehistoric landscapes just down the road, you can go to museums, you can go to shops. It's a proper whole experience. It's not restricted to the water, it's not restricted to sporting activities. I think Oban is quite a good example, very good example of the types of experiences that visitors can expect when they come to Scotland.
Indeed, I guess the only two words for it, a bit like your website says, is visit Scotland.
You said it.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Big thank you to David for joining us for a bit of a chat about all things Visit Scotland. Now, if you are visiting Scotland this week and you're in Oban, you've got tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day for the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race, where they actually all depart heading towards Portsmouth. And there's going to be happening here in Oban, which will be over at the pontoons. But also, if you want to head your way down to Dunstafnage, or Dunbeggars, I think one of the buses might say, you can actually go and visit the farewell party as part of the celebrations down at Sam's. Now, you can do so from here, which is actually one of the main bus stops in Oban, by this big clock tower, and you've got the bus stop here as well. The buses will be leaving here and going to Sam's every 30 minutes, courtesy of West Coast Motors. They've kindly laid on a shuttle bus for that. So if you're not too sure where this is in the area, you've got Big Clock Tower. It's called Station Square. You can find it on your Google Maps. And while you're waiting, you've got a Costa Coffee over there, where you can go grab yourself a coffee. So, Station Square bus stop, we hopped on a bus because we've had a bit of a long day on the feet. In fact, a long week on the feet, and we're here outside the Corran Halls at the bus stop at the other end of Oban. You can actually catch the shuttle bus from here to Dunstafnage and Sam's for the farewell party. So we thought we'd show you this. So if you're not too familiar with the area, you can catch us at this end of Oban to head out there tomorrow every half an hour. They'll be leaving Station Square every half an hour, and you can pick this up in due course. So it's outside the Corran Halls if you're not familiar with whereabouts we are. In the meantime though, we're going to go grab some lunch at the View. It's quite an awesome view from up here, as you can probably see. We're in the View, enjoying the view, hence the name, I would assume. Plenty of fresh food available. They've also got plenty of local beers available to get your food and drink fixes throughout the day. They've also been a big help to us here at Nevis Radio, keeping us fed and water throughout Clipper Week, and also enjoying their air-conditioned areas inside as well. If you're in the Oban area, do check it out for plenty of food and drinks available. Very friendly staff, and they've always got some kind of entertainment going on, whether it's sports, music or something else. You'll always find something here at the View. Suitably refreshed from lunch at the View, we are now looking at a mooring line. I think it's called a warp, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is, but it may very well not be. Anyway, you'll notice it's tied in a certain type of knot, and it's tied to the cleat here. Knots are actually quite important with the ropes, as obviously they hold the whole lot together, sails and indeed the yacht to the shore. So next up, we're going to have a go and see if we can figure out how these knots work and how they're tied. So one of the things you do need to do on a yacht is tie it up, and also the sails are attached with ropes. They use certain knots, which I believe we've got here, a bowline knot and a reef knot. And the idea is to follow these instructions, because you've got to know this off by hand. I'm assuming you've got to do this in bad weather, dark conditions, light conditions, and all things. I'm guessing you can't really have time to faff around and get it right. You need to just get on with it. Let's see if we can figure this out. So step one, we do a loop like that, and then this goes that way, underneath And through that one. Is that right?
We'll take that. It's almost right. We like that to be in the middle.
And all right,
But
okay. So that should
it'll
be.
still hold the sail, but the under and over is the different way round.
So, do I get like a B plus? Could do better.
Yeah.
There we go.
There was.
So you show me how it should be done.
So you do the loop. Then we'd put this through the sail,
Okay.
and then it goes up through the hole, round the back of the tree, and down the hole. And then we pull the knot tight, and the sail would be attached here. We leave this bit ideally in the middle, that's where it should come out. And it will hold tight under pressure. But when we want to release it to take the sail off, you can break the back of the knot and release it easily. That's why we like the bowline, one of the most used knots on the boat.
Okay. So you would use this for, you say, attaching a sail.
Yes.
Would you use it for maybe mooring up?
Yes, we can use it for mooring lines to throw over the bollard as well.
Okay.
To hold the boat. And
Okay.
then once this has been secured, we pull this line back onto the boat and we can make it the length we like and secure it off on the cleat.
And people need to know this before they.
If Robin, so Robin would say the bowline knot is the knot you must know
Okay.
on a boat.
Critical stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next up we have some green ropes and we have a reef knot to join two ropes of the same diameter. Let's see how this goes. Right, so step one, we cross these over like so. Step two, we go round and round. And that's gone horribly wrong. I'll be honest, I've never seen one of these knots done. So, I think we'll figure out how this is done and give us a moment.
One eternity later.
Left over right,
Yep,
up through there,
yep.
off to the right,
Yeah, so it looks easier.
like so. And then it was
Yeah.
over,
Yes.
under,
Yeah.
pull.
Yes. That is right. It just doesn't look right, but
It's
yes,
just
it
not
is
the
right.
neatest, is it?
That's perfect.
What do you reckon? What? B plus, B minus?
I reckon a good A minus.
I'll take that. There we go. I've sussed it eventually. I've given up. I cannot do the reef knot. So Robbie has sussed it out. Just as easy as that. Those knots could be used up there. I don't know if I fancy going up there tying those, but you never know. Anyway, right, not only do people need to figure out how to tie ropes in certain ways, they also need to be able to do it in bad weather. Now, you're not going to do that in this kind of, well, you probably will tie knots in this kind of weather, but you're not going to wear these clothes in bad weather. So you'll notice from this picture here, the yacht's heeling to one side. The waves are coming up the side. These guys are all dressed in yellow. We believe they're called foulies, and we're going to have a look a bit closer at them and exactly what's involved in putting them on. You know when someone says something to you and you go, yeah, that's fine, and actually then you start wondering about your decisions. I've got my shoes off. I'm joined with Adam from Team Gosh. Good afternoon, how are you?
Good, thanks.
You've got some yellow clothing here.
Yes, so this is our some of our foul weather gear. We wear this when the weather's particularly inclement.
Okay, so
for us.
a bit wet for you.
When it's a little bit wet or cold and you don't want to get splashed around, or you don't want to get your base layers wet, then you put the foulies on top. They can get wet, they sit in the wet locker and they dry out again, ish.
Okay. Now, we know fine well there's not much room on there because we had a little tour in one of your yachts earlier in the week. So we found this metal square on the floor. And is this representative?
Pretty representative. Sometimes there'll be someone else in the square with you, and most of the time the boat's going to be sideways. So you're going to be leaning against the wall while you're putting these things on.
We can't replicate that today,
Not-
thankfully, I think.
Throw a bucket of water at you.
I'll give that a skip as well, if that's okay. So I'm going to attempt to put these on, and you're going to figure out how long this takes. Is that right, Robbie? Yeah, you're nodding at me. Okay, can I give you this to hold?
Yeah.
You can even commentate on me if you like, and we'll go for it. Right, so my best to start with these.
All right, so start with the bottoms. They're a bit like waders, so you're going to put them in one leg at a time, and then just put the straps over your shoulder.
Okay, right, you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Not falling off the first hurdle, John. Stay in the square. We've got a zip as well. Yes, no, yes.
You're just twisted.
I'm all over the place.
You're good. This comes down.
And you have to do this at night as well, I would assume.
Yep.
Right, there we go. Right, so jacket next.
So this is the smock. So it doesn't have a zip on it, but you're going to put it straight over your head.
So there's no zip, straight in. In the square, not really. Ready for action?
Pretty good.
And I stayed in the square. That's a winner,
Yeah,
isn't it? In terms of height, I mean, have you got enough to get your head up here?
Yeah, most of the time you find a space to go, or you can kind of crouch down and do it like that.
Oh, okay.
And when you stand up again.
Right, here we go. And I guess end the shift, get it all off again.
Get it all off, but it's soaking wet. It's about 10 times heavier now.
All right, thankfully not today. Right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. One part off.
That's it, easy.
Ready to hang up. Job done. Interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And that is how we get ready to deal with bad weather on a yacht. Obviously on the flat. 10 teams. We've got the Yacht Club Punta del Este. We have Team Scotland. We have Tong Yong. We have London Business School, Washington DC, Great Ormond Street Hospital Charity, Tyndall, Warrant, and also UNICEF. And these are the people we're going to speak to next, as we've caught up with everyone else so far. Another lovely sunny morning in Oban Bay, and we are joined with Gus and Enna. Good morning, how are you?
Morning, good.
Good morning, I'm very well, thank you.
Good stuff. You've invited us on board UNICEF, your yacht, for the trip. How's it been?
It's been a fantastic journey.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Great people, and just a little bit left.
Just a little bit left. Are you going to be sad to get to the end?
I think I will. I'll be sad, I'll be happy, I'll be excited, I'll be terrified to get back to real life. But yeah, I am happy, definitely.
Indeed, and?
Absolutely. It's been an incredible journey, and it's actually sad that it's coming to the end. So yes, I'm looking forward to the second part, but I will be quite sad to finish.
I guess it's one of these things when you have an experience. Now, with the trip, we're aware it's a around the world trip. How much of the trips have you done?
I've done the leg 8, so until now crossed the Atlantic, and there is a second part coming from Oban to Portsmouth.
Okay, and yourself?
Well, I started the 31st of August in Portsmouth. I've done all the legs so far, and I've got one last sprint left within that down to Portsmouth. Hopefully be there on the 25th.
I'm sure you will be. So 11 months at sea. Is it going to be a bit weird going back to everyday life, or have you got other things planned to do first?
Well, yeah, first and foremost, I'll only be able to go to bed once a day. Now I get to go to bed 5 times a day. And for a Spaniard that I am, getting the chance to have 5 siestas every 24 hours is pretty great. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm pretty sure it's going to be difficult. I've scheduled some time of decompression, if you like, at the end of this. Try to let it all soak in, and try to consolidate all the learnings that I've had over the last 10.5 months. Yeah.
Okay, and what kind of inspired you to have a go for the whole trip? What made you think I need to go on a yacht for the best part of a year?
Well, honestly, I think I must have lost a bet to someone at some point, but no, seriously, it's been I think a confirmation of all of the things I expected this to be. I had time, I had some free cash, and I also had a willingness to suffer, a desire to see how I reacted in situations that were way beyond my normal way of life, and getting a lot of ocean yacht experience, which was my main goal, really. Yeah, that's what inspired me, challenging myself.
And did that challenge live up to your thoughts, expectations, or I guess possibly far beyond?
Far beyond is right. I thought there were about 10 boxes I needed to tick. 10 were ticked on the first leg, and then boxes keep cropping up and need ticking. So yeah, it has met up to my expectations. It's done everything I thought and 10 times more.
So we got a little bit of a tour of one of the yachts a couple of days ago. We discovered how little space there is for a crew of 22 on one of these yachts. How much of your own things can you bring with you? Because I'm guessing there's only so far you can go with bringing things along.
Well, officially we have, I believe, up to 20 kilos, etc., because it also depends on the weight of the yacht overall of all the crew members. But it actually hasn't been that difficult. I think initially packing and thinking about what you have to bring, and also managing the different weather conditions, from warm to cold. But I think it has been very helpful to have the instructions as well, what exactly to pack from Clipper and from other members who have done the races previously. And so it was quite easy to have the things in just one bag, I would say, and it's manageable.
Okay, so 20 kilos isn't bad actually. That's probably the equivalent of what you take on holiday.
Oh, almost, yeah, but just extra big ocean sleeping bag and your big boots in your hands.
Quite right. And where is it you're from?
I live in Vienna, in Austria.
Okay, and what inspired you to get on a yacht and have a go?
Well, first of all, mostly is definitely sailing experience, but there is certainly a story behind it, how I started sailing. And I have a friend who is 83-year-old, and she crossed Atlantic 7 times. And over the past 15 years, she's been inspiration to me, and with all her stories, etc. So that was actually one of the reasons why I chose leg 8. And the second big reason, it's probably being myself an inspiration to my children. And I have both sons meeting me in Portsmouth, and I hope that they will also see that everything is possible and achievable if you put your heart and soul into it.
That's brilliant. And speaking to some of the other crew members who were talking about getting in contact with friends and family while out at sea, have you been able to keep in contact with your family?
I actually decided not to take the communication package for 2.5 weeks, and it's been an incredible opportunity for me to actually be with people around, learn from them, but also learn about myself and just have those quiet moments. And it's also been, I think, good for them to see, to have that little bit of a distance. And so I personally think it was the right decision not to have that communication, while not to get distracted, I would say, with questions, with maybe feedback, and keep my emotions, everything that I feel and everything that I wanted to maybe discover about myself, first to myself.
I completely understand that. I mean, in this day and age, obviously everything's on a phone or a computer or a laptop or a tablet, but to unplug from that and actually live the experience and live it through your own eyes and absorb the whole thing, it must be something really, really cool, because you can take that back and you can share it through yourself, but it's yours and no one else knows about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was exactly the thing. Just being on the deck at 4 o'clock in the morning and look on the sunrise and see the waves and how the boat just raises up on the wave and then goes down. And it's just been fantastic and very therapeutical experience as well.
It sounds it. However, I say there's a bit of wind today, and I can feel this yacht moving. What's it like when it really gets going and you got some big waves? Is it just as therapeutic, or does it get a bit stressful?
It could get a little bit stressful downstairs. I think mostly if you're on a galley duty and you have to spend almost all day below deck and cooking for other people as well. So I think that was the most challenging part for me, not to be on deck, not to have that fresh air, and really be down, with just food and thinking about how can I make it work, for the crew of people.
One of the other things we picked up on when we had a little look round was the space in terms of getting on your, I don't know what you call it, your uniform maybe, for coming outside and being on deck. How easy is it to get in and out of your stuff to come up and obviously go back down and not get the boat wet downstairs?
That is a separate challenge. To wake up at 3:30 for your shift for 4 o'clock in the morning, and then having to, depending on the weather conditions, when it was warm and comfortable, you didn't have to put so much. But of course, as soon as it started getting cooler, you have to try to get into your foulies. And yes, and specifically if they're wet, that's a challenge, definitely.
It definitely looks it. I think one of our guys was asking, do you reckon you could have a go? So I don't know, but we'll see. So in terms of jobs around the yacht, have you all had a go at everything on here?
Yeah, we run a very democratic yacht here, and everybody does everything they want to do or everything that they need to do, depending on what the conditions are and who else is on deck with us on our watch. Everybody can, will, and must do just about everything on the boat. Yeah.
Is there anything you preferred opposed to things you maybe think, oh, it's my turn for that again?
I like the big seas. I like the tall waves. I like the strong winds. I like it when this boat is moving fast. And I really enjoy what we call the evolutions, all the changes we need to make to the sail plans, depending on the conditions. This is a 24/7, 310-day race, and we always have to maximize the trim of the boat in order to not go as fast as we can, but just make sure we're going faster than any of the other boats. So what I like best is managing those evolutions, being on the foredeck if required. That's the front end of the boat. That's bobbing in and out of the waves and splashing you, and it's a very good adrenaline rush. Probably my favorite part of the boat. Yeah, we call it the land of pain.
It sounds challenging, I'll give you that. I'm not too sure that could be for me, but you never know. Never say never, I guess.
Absolutely. I think for me it's quite important to be able to involve in all the different things, and because you're learning through that. If you're just observing, it's one thing, but when you're actually involved in every single evolution in different places, you really start understanding how things work and the bigger picture. But my personal favorite place is on the helm, and I just love the whole feeling of when you race with a wave and when you really surf and then suddenly you splash and you go down, and then also a feeling how the waves catch you from which sides, and you really have to balance the boat and make sure that you still keep on the course. And when there's a starry night at night and you're on the helm, you actually have the opportunity to navigate yourself at least, with 2 or 3 stars. But when it's totally pitch dark and there's nothing for you to have the reference on, I think that's what my most kind of challenging and interesting point, because then you really have to learn to feel and to operate with a compass, and but also not lose the sight of what's happening. For example, when you have a spinnaker, so there's so many things that you have to manage at once to be able to actually keep the boat on the course.
Is it tricky to maintain focus when doing that, when you can't really see what's going on?
It is. It's extremely difficult, and it's also very demanding physically and mentally. That's why we also change always the helm every hour, because I don't think you can keep focus for more than that. And yeah.
No, that's quite cool, quite insightful. And obviously, Team UNICEF, you had a prize giving on Tuesday, I believe, and I believe UNICEF is part of the charity that's done Food Clipper. Do you know roughly how much money you've raised this tour?
Well, altogether we'll raise 312,000 something pounds.
That's not too shy, is it? That's good stuff. So no, well done, and I'm sure they'll be delighted to receive that.
Absolutely, and it's been a privilege because every single team was involved in different charity activities. There's so much has been done, and people got so creative, and it's been said definitely during the prize giving how much effort not just the crew members put into that, but also the supporters and of course people who really donated, not just for different quizzes or coins or the croc charms that were invented, but also just to support the UNICEF team.
Good stuff. And obviously here in Oban, you've been here just about a week now. Did you arrive on Friday last week?
Yes, we came on the 9th.
I'm totally lost with the days. So after a week in Oban, what have you been up to?
I had the chance to hike around, been to different islands and go to the Battle Hill up here to see the most incredible view, visited a few beaches here around, and it's actually incredible. The whole experience of Scotland has been an absolute privilege. So it's been a very cool holiday, I would say, on top of crossing the Atlantic and being part of the Clipper experience.
Good stuff. Well, you'll need to come back.
Definitely.
And what about yourself?
I've been around. I've met my family here. My daughter graduated from Edinburgh University last week, so we all got together up in the Highlands. Did a bit of mountain trekking up in Glencoe. I've been around Kerrera Island, swam in quarries, had wild saunas on the beach in Oban. It's just endless, really. Endless. But it's kind of long enough. We should get going. I wish. Yeah, we're looking forward to ending all this. But the welcome in Oban has been phenomenal. The amount of events that have been put together for us and around us have been astounding. I still have friends coming up from other parts of the UK today because they want to know what's going on with this Clipper Festival in Oban. And hopefully we'll show them around the boat and they'll get a glimpse of what we've been through over the last 11 months.
Brilliant stuff. And obviously heading down to Portsmouth on Sunday. I think it's about 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days.
And have you got any sort of plans at the finish? Have you got like a big party organised, or is it just going to be a case of have a wee sit down?
I have both of my sons meeting me, so I'm excited to see both of them. And but we do have, I think, some plans with the party. I thought that there was something organized for crew members and maybe supporters as well.
Well, wherever we reach any port, whether it's in the darkest, deepest winters in China or the summer of the English Riviera in the south. There's always a party, and we have organized a gathering for all of us at the end of the prize ceremony on the 25th, where we'll give us some time for all of us to be together. As many of the crew members that have done different legs have flown into the UK to be with us for the final arrival. So many supporters, Ina's children, my children, people's partners, my partner who's followed me all the way around the world. She's traveled the world 7 times while I've done it once. So yeah, we'll have an event until midnight on the 25th of July, where we can all be together, hopefully see each other for the second to last time, and celebrate properly as circumnavigators, as leggers, as multi-leggers, or simply as supporters. All of the people on shore have been following us for so long with so much enthusiasm that I think they deserve as much as we do to be celebrated.
Yeah, quite right. And obviously it's quite early, so I suppose I better let you go get some breakfast as well.
Yes, definitely will do.
Good stuff. And thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for letting us on board your yacht.
Oh, please, welcome anytime you need to. And you say, I don't think I could do it. That's what we all thought, and here we are. Yeah, so you can do it. Anybody can do this.
I was going to actually ask as a parting question for anyone maybe watching on our YouTube channel, what would you say if they're thinking, could it be for me?
Well, I had asked them the same question that a great friend of mine, Peter Yechmanek, asked me. That convinced me to finally commit to this. It says, what would you think if it was 3 years down the line and you hadn't gone? Right? And that made me have the conviction to say, well, I'd regret it for sure. Gave me the conviction to commit, to pay up front, and then have no going back.
And your thoughts?
I believe life is too short to hold back, and if you really want to do something, you should go for it, because again, as Gus said, regrets, will kill you at the end.
Yeah. Absolutely. No regrets, no apologies.
No regrets, no apologies. So, Robbie and everyone else watching, if you're thinking about it, unanimous decision across all teams, just do it. Just go and sign up and have a go. Big thank you to Gus and Inna for taking some time out for a bit of a chat with us earlier on from Team UNICEF. And UNICEF being one of the major charities that Clipper actually supports, you can find out how much money they've raised on their website. Also, big thank you to all of the teams actually. A number of crew members have taken some time out this week to have a chat with us, explain a bit about their story, explain a bit about Clipper, what's involved, and all things in between. So far this week, we have learned quite a lot about the yachts, the people, what's involved on board them, and indeed getting around them. What we did do yesterday is we caught up with a couple of other members of the public to find out what they thought of the inside of one of these Clipper yachts. Okay, we're just having a wee wander about, enjoying the breeze actually, because it's a bit cooler. And I've found David and Donald. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you got it. Where are you guys from?
So I'm from Glasgow and Donald.
Glasgow myself also.
Glasgow. And what brought you up to Oban?
Well, we came up to see his mum and dad, who live outside Oban in Glencruiton.
Just outside Connell, so along the back road there. Mm-hmm.
So we came up, and it's such a beautiful day, and we booked tickets to come to see the Clipper boats, and that's why we came up this particular weekend, and we're not disappointed. It was absolutely amazing.
Awesome stuff. And what have you thought after getting a wee look about?
Well, I can't believe how primitive it is downstairs. I'm not quite sure I could sleep in these beds or these berths, as they call them, and I've just found out that the heads at the front of the boat was broken all week, and there was a really bad stench down there. Oh, no. So apparently they're going to have to clean that tonight. But boat life, that's it.
So not up for signing up for it, no?
No, I might be. It was
really?
absolutely, well, when it's weather like this, I mean, who would want to be out in the water?
No, 100%, I agree. Did they tell you when the boat leans over and see? The bunks, they actually have to tie to the side so you don't fall out.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I did see that, and I couldn't believe how small, or the smallest space is between the bunk above you and the bunk below you. I mean, that's phenomenal. You really cannot suffer from any claustrophobia in there.
I know, it's a bit mad, isn't it?
It is.
So there you go.
And 24 people or 25 crew.
24 in the hot bunk while they're at sea, so one in, one out.
So do you use a sleeping bag?
Depends where you are.
Gosh. Yeah. I don't know. And apparently when it's the hot weather's worse than when it's cold, but they don't actually have a shower on there.
No.
So what they do is they're allowed 1 litre of fresh water a day. If it's really hot, they're allowed to use water out of the
bucket in the aft deck.
Bucket at the aft deck, and then give themselves a wash, douse themselves in fresh water, and that's your lot basically. But I mean, they all look pretty healthy and pretty clean.
That's it. It's an experience, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, well, I guess enjoy Oban and enjoy your time.
Thanks very much.
And it seems I might be out of a job, Robbie. They're good with the mic. So there we go, that pretty much wraps up our coverage for Saturday. Coming up tomorrow is departure day, so we don't have any pre-recorded video for you tomorrow. Tomorrow the aim is to be live, and you can check us out on YouTube. Well, you're on it already. youtube.com/Nevis Radio Official. If you've not done it already, I think, what do? You go down there, hit the like and subscribe, because we could do with more subscribers. Anyway, coming up tomorrow for Sunday, the teams meet in Station Square for the big departure, and then they're entertain with local entertainment from 10 o'clock. I imagine that'll be some kind of Scottish piper or pipe band or something along those lines. There's a parade to the yachts at 10:30 through Oban High Street itself, so you can come along, watch that, take part, make some noise and give them some encouragement. There's various bits of entertainment going on throughout that. The first yacht slips this pontoon at 12 noon, and then I imagine it's done at certain intervals, because the last one leaves at a very accurate 12:27, so 27 minutes, who knew? Following that, you've also got between 1 and 1:30 the parade of sail. I believe you have all of the Clipper yachts taking part in that, where they go out and around the bay before they head out towards Dunstafnage Marina, where the start actually begins. You can head out there on one of the free shuttle buses from the Corran Halls, we showed that earlier on, or Station Square, which we showed you earlier on as well. And you can get the bus from there for free out to Sam's between 12 and 4. The first bus is at 11:30. They got fresh food, souvenirs, they got craft fare. Maui's got their fresh salmon wagon as well. We've also provided a DJ out there for some live music and plenty of free parking if you fancy taking the car out there. Head on out there, you can see the yacht start from the start line and head on their way to Portsmouth. And that pretty much concludes our recorded footage on YouTube. And to say you can watch our live footage tomorrow of all things line slipping, yacht starting and everything in between. Until then, bye.
The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio.